one of Kamala Harris's, if not possibly Kamala Harris's biggest contributor to her presidential run, billionaire Reid Hoffman, Silicon Valley.
And let us be clear, this is the only person in that administration, period, that's worth anything.
And so Reid Hoffman is making it his mission in life to get Lina Khan out of the NLRB.
Oh, no, he was only telling her that in his advisory role, not as a donor.
No, definitely not.
He separates his role as a donor from his advisory role.
And why would Reid Hoffman do that?
Piece of shit.
So Leslie Stahl of 60 Minutes interviewed Lina Khan of the NLRB to talk about the importance of dealing with price gouging. You know, this little corporate greed problem we have here in the United States. So here we go.
We have a situation.
Another consumer concern, the high cost of medicine. Khan talks to independent pharmacists about the tricks and traps she says Big Pharma uses to jack up prices. For example, she zeroed in on the makers of asthma inhalers for extending their patents to keep low-cost generics off the shelves. On these inhalers, they cost $7 in France. The same exact inhaler is around $500 in the United States. Wow. Now,
yeah, wow. And guess what? If we had universal single-payer health care, it would be $7 here in the, or maybe a few bucks more, but that's what it would cost here in the United States. Isn't that amazing how it works when you cut out the for-profit motive in the health system?
See, and I don't think we should pay anything.
Okay.
We paid for it on the front end. Who do you think paid for R&D for all of that?
Yeah.
That would be us. Not our tax dollars, mind you.
Definitely not. But again, when we talk about why we need universal health care, this is it right here. Perfect example.
We're being raped.
In the front and the back.
Oh, yeah.
Hurts.
I saw... I'll tell you something funny. Okay. So there's this place in Breckenridge that's a distillery for... I want to say, what are I forget what it is that they do, that they distill. It might be vodka for, no, that doesn't seem right. But in any event, there's this distillery and the sign is poker in the front, liquor in the rear.
Well, anyway, Lina Khan apparently has a few things to share.
She's really cute, by the way. She kind of reminds me of my friend Wafa.
Out of whack.
We agree. So we took a close look at this and we found that companies were listing patents for things like the inhaler cap or the strap on your inhaler. So nothing to do with the actual ingredients of the drug or the formulation or composition of the drug.
So this is an inhaler for asthma. Show us what the innovation was that they claimed allowed them to extend the patent.
So it's this strap that they listed a patent for, this little piece of plastic.
No.
We allow that.
They were saying that they...
This also goes to show you how ignorant our country is about this stuff. But I also think it's the lack of intellectual curiosity that I think a lot of people have. You know, they don't want to know these things. Amazing how she does not even give a hint of her British accent.
She's British?
Yeah, she's from the UK.
Yeah, is she from the UK or she says British American? And I'm not questioning her identity. I just literally do not know. I just reminds me. I don't know. She's adorable. So yeah. See, the way she talks, like I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, where did she go to law school? Because and sure enough, I had to look it up. She went to Yale. So, and notice she's not even an attorney. I mean, practicing as an attorney in that capacity. Like I was listening to her and I had to look it up. I'm like, where did she go to law school? Anyway, continue.
They should be able to continue the patent. Generics can't come in for the medication because they put that strap on.
That's right.
To make sure you didn't lose the cap.
That's right.
After the FTC sent warning letters to the 4 major inhaler makers, 3 of them, including this one, dropped the price from hundreds of dollars to just $35. And 2 days ago, the FTC filed a lawsuit to bring down the price of insulin and scores of other drugs, suing 3 companies the agency says are responsible for manipulating most of the prices.
So we have somebody that's actually wanting to go after. Well, here's the thing. It's fascinating. I know this is going to be crazy. So she's the head of the FTC, right? Is that what you're saying? She's the head of the Federal Trade Commission. Is that her job? Okay. So this is actually someone doing their job. It's just so fascinating to me. Like she's actually doing her job. She is protecting consumers.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No, it's fascinating though. Like it's, yeah.
We'll continue.
Law students, and we love you.
Can we have a selfie?
Sure.
3, 2, 1.
When Khan was a student here at Yale Law School, she wrote a paper called Amazon's Antitrust Paradox, contending that even though Amazon's prices are low, it's still a monopoly.
This was seen as an extraordinary breakthrough, and it went viral.
Less than 5 years later, President Biden made her head of the agency that polices Amazon.
You know, Amazon is a very popular company. People like the convenience, the choice. The prices are pretty moderate, and they're afraid that you're going to tamper with something that's good, that they like.
Our investigation uncovered that Amazon's illegal practices were actually raising prices for consumers because it had illegally muscled out rivals, locked them out of the market in ways that if you had more competition that Amazon hadn't squashed, consumers would be even better off.
Well, now you know that Jeff Bezos is going to be making a substantial contribution to Kamala Harris and probably Donald Trump to say, listen.
Well, he does that anyway.
Yeah,
he has to hedge his bets.
You're going to have to get this Lina Khan out of there. It's not going to.
I love her.
Amazon denies doing anything illegal and says if Khan wins, prices will go up. Also in the FTC's crosshairs, the issue of tech giants buying up smaller companies.
Oh, that's so funny.
And we have
so freaking
we
funny.
do have laws in place to prevent this from happening.
And she's actually
but we don't enforce them.
And so we have someone who's actually doing their job. Like it's mind-blowing shit. She's actually enforcing some stuff. So funny.
In the technology markets, we went through a couple of decades where we saw over 800 acquisitions by the 5 big players, not a single one of which was blocked. And some of those we realized ended up leading to significant harm. Just to give you a concrete example, there were companies that were offering Americans greater privacy, and they were promising that we're not going to use your data, we're not going to sell it, we're not going to spy on you everywhere all the time. After some of those firms were bought up by one of the big guys, all of those data privacy policies changed overnight. And so Americans lost those privacy protections.
You're talking about Facebook and WhatsApp.
Yes, that's one example of that.
She's now suing over Facebook's acquisitions of WhatsApp and Instagram.
Is me?
Make that 3 now. So Zuckerberg is definitely going to have. He's going to be throwing
some
money.
Serious crosshairs, but I
should be watching her back.
I am just smitten.
Yeah.
I am smitten.
Let me tell you something.
She comes off as having 0 fucks to give, by the way.
And I can also tell you that you can tell that the algorithm is messed up because if you make a post on Instagram and it automatically allows you to place it on Facebook, you will never see the same numbers hit in a consistent way across the 2 platforms. You'll have one that's doing well and the other that's doing nothing. You think that's a coincidence? It's not.
Oh, this is so awesome.
It's the mandate to reverse what's gone on for 40 years, to undo some of the mergers that were approved.
We've identified not just one merger, but a whole string of mergers that some of these large companies made that we believe were illegal, that we believe were anti-competitive.
But they were approved.
They were not blocked. They were not challenged.
I really dig her. This is what I know.
Also,
I really
supporter and
dig
friend
her.
of the show. It is hilarious that Amazon says it opposes Khan to keep their prices.
It's that, of course. But again, you know,
it's not about workers, it's about shareholders.
And they said they didn't do anything illegal, so that ends that. We're good.
Right.
It's all good. Nothing to see here, folks.
They
said they didn't do anything, so
taking a look.
it's all good. Nothing to see there.